Hey, what's going on, guys? Sonny here, CCxRC, and today on the bench I have something that is completely different and new to me in the whole RTR of hobby grade vehicles. This thing is, I've never seen anything quite like it, and I think it's pretty cool. So this is a daily driver style on-road truck. That's a F-450 Super Duty American Force. It's got the licensed wheels, licensed body from Ford, dually, solid axle, 3-link panhard truck. It's different. And this is from CEN Racing. So it has like molded mirrors and molded windshield wipers and that. We'll get in here close and look at it, but the bed even kind of tucks in a little bit here, not full ways, but they've gone and they've molded it down in there for us so we can put our stuff down inside it. It has a little trailer hitch receiver in the back, which we'll show you in closer detail as well when we do the unboxing. But I dig it. It's a really, really cool truck, and I think it's going to be different than what we've seen on the market so far. Has a little bit of flex, not a lot. These are kind of on-road tires. It's not meant to be a speed truck or anything, but I could see using it as a pull truck. You could use it on your construction site videos. And people that like Ford, have Ford trucks, I could see you guys, you know, really dollhousing this truck up, cutting out these windows here because they are painted and stickered. You could have interiors built to put inside of here, and you could really do this truck up, have the moving steering wheel on a servo, all that stuff that we like to do with scale vehicles. I think this is a cool new platform for us to be looking at. The body molding is really fantastic on this with that set-in bed that they've got in there, and yeah, the paint and everything on it just looks so good. This blue paint job is super sick, and it's probably not showing up from that distance, but when we get a zoom in on here, we'll show you. There's two different color options with this. There's this blue with the silver wheel variant, and then there's also like a gray silver with a red wheel variant. But these are American Force wheels, and they do have Fury tires on here. These are the Fury Country Hunter MT tires. But yeah, the 3-link everything on here looks pretty cool. It's got sway bars, and let's unbox this thing so you guys can get a feel for what you would get in the box when you get one of these. 370 bucks, really cool, ready to run. Have to supply your own battery, but not a bad price point if you ask me, especially in the scale world and the price points that we see with those. So let's get on the other side of the camera and let's look at it. All right, guys, as we look at this box, you can see it's just their DL series trucks, the F-450 SD Super Duty, powered by Hobbywing Savox Fury tires, ready to run 4-wheel drive truck, licensed by Ford, and it's the American Force edition of this vehicle. Flip it around to the back of it, we can see some of the specs on this thing: the drivetrain, metal transmission gears, center shaft drivetrain that they've got with this thing as well, and sealed transmission cases, sealed axle housing, planetary style differentials. So this is a lot like their Monster Truck series. These axles actually are the same as the Monster Truck series, so you will already have part availability here as well as the transmission. If you need parts, they're already on the CEN Racing USA website, and so you'll be able to get that. I'll have a link for that down in the description below, where you can find parts, or you can even order these things. The gear ratio, it says the high speed, so this transmission has 2 gears in it. Well, no, it's got a 2-speed gear, but you can't change it with a servo. You literally just open it up and you flip the gear. And so they come in low gear. I'll be switching it to the high speed ratio instead of the high torque ratio. But they give you the gear ratios and stuff like that. I'll let you guys go ahead and pause this and look at all these specs if you want. So these are the American Force H01 Contra wheels that it comes with, and then it's got the Fury off-road tires that are the Country Hunter tires, the low-profile ones. So pretty cool. Here on the side, You can see the two color variants, and yeah, that it's basically got everything on here about the steel frame rails, the stamped steel shock hoops, which is really cool. It's got steel shock hoops in there. So let's go ahead and let's open this up and let's see what she looks like. Stickers. Ah, there's the truck. See that Ford logo on the front of it? Go ahead and pull it out. I tricked you guys. I have the gray version as well. Alrighty guys, so this is everything that you get in the box. You will notice right away that the American Force stickers don't come applied. So if you don't want to decal it American Force, you don't have to. You will still have it on your wheel sets, which look really cool. I wasn't sure what I'd think about the red wheels, but I kind of really dig them with that black insert in there. It's a lot sharper than I thought. Again, this metallic flake paint job is off the chain. The decals up front here, you can see Ford. Looks really good as well. Nice attention to detail. These stickers up close, you can see kind of the gradient and all that. But I've had the blue one out on my desk here for a little bit, and when I just look over at it, it just looks like a realistic hit from the sun, and it looks really, really sharp. So on this one, I'm not going to go ahead and put these American Force decals on for now. I'm going to leave them off. We've got them on the blue truck, so you can see what they do look like. We're going to do it both ways, so people that maybe don't want that branding can get a look at what it looks like driving around when I do the run videos. So I have both of them so we can show them in a little video of them both driving together. But here, the American Force stickers, one for each side here, and then one goes on the hood as well, the smaller one. Now mine is a pre-release model of this car, and so it does not have the instruction manual, but it does have something in here I do want to show you, which is the need more speed, high speed setting. Here's how to do it. And I've done this with the monster trucks. It's super easy. Going to be even easier with this car because it's only 4 screws to remove the whole transmission, and then you just take out these 4 screws here and you flip this this gear. There's a second gear in here, and based on which side you have it, the smaller gears or the larger gear will tell you the speed setup. And so I want the high speed ratio, which means you just have to move that one pin as well so it makes it adjust where it's hitting in there. And it works beautifully. I do it with my monster trucks, and all of them are in the high speed. So we'll go ahead and get this set over to it eventually. We'll show you speeds that you can do with these out of the box. You also get this really nice CEN decal sheet here. And these are really cool. I actually like these splatter ones a lot. But the truck itself is really, really, really pretty. It does come with some tools here. Looks again like 1.5, 2.0, and 2.5 millimeter hexes, and then your standard like wheel wrench here, 7 millimeter wrench, 5 millimeters, all that kind of stuff. So good to have. With these though, you're going to want probably power drills, because if you look at these wheels, to get to your nut in here, I'm thinking there's a nut under here, but you got to remove all these screws just like a real truck. So this is totally meant to be scale, and they've really scaled it out. So here is the radio. It does have a rubber grip on here. Style wise, not great. These gray plastics look a little bit cheapy, but it feels all right in the hand. And a lot of the scale people out there will probably have radio systems that they do want to put with it. It is a 3-channel radio, so that is nice. If you want to add lights or something, you have a 3rd channel that you can work with. It is digital. The nice thing about that is if you put it in your bag or wherever, when it's off, you won't be making adjustments to your steering or your throttle positions, because these will not be active. So that's the one thing I do like about the digital setting with these, is once you have it kind of set in, you're good to go, and it'll drive true. You won't accidentally mess up the knobs and have to, hey, why is it driving crooked? Oh, because this got completely out of whack. It does take, I think 4 batteries. I'll have to double check on that. I believe it's 4 batteries, AA for this. And yeah, it's their new CEN racing system. All right, so let's look at the truck. The body itself feels really good. We're going to go ahead and just take it off of here. It has 4 body clips, 2 in the rear, 2 in the front. But I really do want to kind of get it up here and show you guys in detail what we're dealing with, because this is a very, very nice body. You can see some of the paint flecks in there, that sparkle paint job. You can see the recessed bed as well in here, and that is not easy to do with vacuum molding to do this. That is for sure. You can see the stickers for the sunroof, the rear windows, brake lights, for third brake light, and then you've got them here in the rear. Very scale looking. Super Duty down here is actually pushed in the body, so you get that look because it's actually indented there, which is nice. I mean, the detail work that they've done with this body is really sharp. I'm trying to use the light to kind of show you guys the recessed parts and stuff that they've done with this. It does have the plastic windshield wipers. These are hard plastic mirrors. Nice reflection here. And then the front grille, which would be, would be like an aftermarket bumper, but it looks so tough. Just love the look of it and the lines that they've got with this body. So very well done there. Looking now at the chassis, you can see how long it is. This thing's wheelbase is longer than my Felony or the Infraction would even be. It is a really, really long wheelbase. You can see it's a 3-part C-channel chassis here. You can see here where it's been screwed together, where the links come in here at the front, and then you've got 2 extra screws here that are kind of holding it together, and then back here kind of locking this in place. But it is a 3-link panhard setup. You can see the links here. These are large 6mm links, aluminum links, metal. You can see the transmission set up on top here. It's running a Mabuchi style motor, 550 can. They call it the RS 550. I have found it to be very quick in the monster trucks, especially when you put it in the high-speed gear and you run it on 3S. Very fast. And it's been capable of handling the 3S power for me. I typically will run this probably on 2S, but if I do want to do some speed stuff, I will. It does have a T connector on here for the plug, a 40 amp hobby wing ESC, waterproof throughout here. The receiver is inside of this case that they've got molded up here, and then it is a chassis mounted servo, which is a Savox basically servo that is not branded on here but made by Savox. Bumper up front. It has front and rear stamped steel shock hoops right here that you can see. And here you've got adjustability in there as well as where you can place them. Trying to catch a little bit of light here. Right there, there's a couple of mounts points that you can do it. Also, where your body posts are mounted is right to those. Have a nice battery tray here. Room to add, you know, like sound system if you wanted for it. If you really want to scale this out, you can see all the room that you have on this. What's interesting about the rims is it's just like real dualies that they've done with these, where it's just basically inversed. So you flip this rim around and it would look just like this front one here on the other side of this rear one. So you do have to remove all these bolts to get in here and work on it. But these are the planetary solid axle that we've seen them use in their monster trucks. They are running the planetary diffs. One thought that I've had for this is to maybe make like a 2-wheel drive dragster by removing this front drive shaft and then going ahead and putting in there, they've got an HD like metal diff cup that those differentials sit in, and they have HD differential planetary gears that you can get that are the hardened ones, and putting those in the rear. But you can see here the panhard setup with that 3-link. Very interesting and cool setup. Here we have our sway bars on both sides, as well as up front you have the same thing. You've got that same kind of panhard setup here up front. So overall, really cool. This transmission has all metal gears in it. Diffs have metal gears. It's got, you know, the metal drivetrain axles, all that kind of stuff. So you're getting a quality truck. These nice braces. They've got a ton of braces in here for this long chassis. And yeah, I'm really excited about how these are going to handle. I know they look good. I'm looking at it in front of me here thinking, what a beautiful truck. It's going to be like a cool on-road driving truck. It'll handle some mild off-road, not your typical crawler for going up rock crawling or things like that. It'll handle some hills and some things, but this, you know, really long wheelbase makes it a little bit tricky with that. Just to go ahead and give you a sense of scale, here with the rear tire lined up, you can see how much longer the front tire is on this over even this Felony, which is a really long RC car. If you were to compare that to an SCX10, take it one step further, here's an SCX10 chassis, and you can really see the length difference. Still trying to work on the motor system I had go on that, but I mean, it is way longer than the SCX10-3. So as far as the scale truck goes, this is a really long wheelbase, 10th scale, true 10th scale truck. So as you can see, it's a really long truck. They call this a 1/10 scale, like true 1/10 scale variation of this Super Duty. In other ways, other vehicles, if you were to compare it with other ones, they might call it a 1/8 scale, but it's really modeled after being a 1/10 scale with the really long wheelbase. One of the things I did not point out though, before we stop, is right here. That's that receiver hitch I was talking about. You can see those dually tires. They're very low profile tires. They're a little bit firm and a little slick, so they won't be necessarily great for, you know, rock crawling, things like that, but they'll do well on road. But it's really set up for kind of like light duty off-road and mainly on-road, like a work truck. So the wheels just look so good. Alrighty guys, here are the two trucks side by side. Again, both of them just very beautiful, whether you like the red and gray combo, the blue and silver combo. Both of them are very stunning. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. What would you use these type of a scale on-road truck for? I could definitely see people towing things with it, trailers, their boat trailers, making like another type of trailer, like could maybe even do like a fifth wheel style. I feel like there's a lot of possibilities. You could take this off, the body off this, you could turn it into like a service truck, kind of a bed on it. Anyway, yeah, I think there's a lot of possibilities. I think you're going to see a lot of people scale these out, maybe swap these out for a little bit more aggressive tread. But yeah, so many options. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you're having fun RCing, and we will catch you next time.